In this video, we are going to see the another utilization device, domestic refrigerator. So refrigeration means the cooling or removal of heat from the system. In all the houses nowadays we are using refrigerator. So the equipment employed to maintain a system at low temperature is termed as the refrigeration system. So refrigeration is done by three ways: by melting of solid, or the sublimation of solid, or the evaporation of the liquid. And domestic refrigerator. So it is common for the household use, hotels, offices, labs, hospitals, clinics, drug shops. In all the cases, domestic refrigerators are used. It is manufactured in different sizes according to the requirement of the different peoples. The ratings also decided by the internal gross volume as well as the freezer volume. The freezer space is used to preserve the perishable products like meat, fish, etc. and also used to make ice and ice cream. The temperature is maintained below 0 degrees C in freezer. So the refrigerator is available in different sizes and its unit is 3 liters of gas volume. So it's available in 90, 100, 200, 250, 380 liters of gross volume. Usually freezers are placed at the top portion of the refrigerator and it occupies 1/10 to 1/3 of the refrigerator volume. First we see the parts of the refrigerator. The first one is the compressor. The compressor is used to increase the temperature and pressure. So if the low temperature and pressure uh, vapor is given to the compressor, the output will be the high pressure and high temperature vapor. So that is the role of compressor. Next, discharge line. Discharge line is used to deliver the high pressure, high temperature vapor from compressor to the condenser. The next one is the condenser. The condenser is to convert the vapor, the refrigerant vapor into condensing medium. So it converts into liquid. And then in the evaporator. The evaporation process takes place in this evaporator. Here the liquid refrigerant changes into vaporized refrigerant. The last one is the suction line. Suction line conveys the low pressure vapor from evaporator to compressor. Here two lines, discharge line, suction line. Discharge line used to deliver high pressure, high temperature vapor. Suction line used to convey low pressure vapor from evaporator to compressor. Now we see the diagram. This is the construction of domestic refrigerator. Here there are two main parts of the refrigerator: the refrigeration system and the insulated cabinet. Here this compressor and the evaporator part are placed in the insulated cabinet. This condenser is placed at the back of the refrigerator. You might have seen this condenser, these tubes, cooling tubes. And now we see the working. Here in the evaporation process takes place. The liquid refrigerant is converted into the vapor refrigerant, and this vapor refrigerant moves to the compressor through the suction line. Here the low pressure, low temperature vapor refrigerant is the output, and due to the incomplete evaporation, some liquid refrigerant will be there, that is blocked by this accumulator from entering into the compressor. So in the compressor only the vapor refrigerant at low temperature and low pressure is given inside. This compressor is compresses this low pressure, low temperature refrigerant vapor and changes into high pressure, high temperature refrigerant vapor. So that passes through the discharge line to the condenser. Through the discharge line, this high pressure, high temperature vapor refrigerant passes. So now this condenser condenses the refrigerant vapor and it converts this to low temperature liquid. Now here the output is high pressure liquid refrigerant. High pressure low temperature liquid refrigerant. And then this liquid refrigerant passes to the capillary tube through the filter. So but this warm refrigerant expands. This warm refrigerant expands in the capillary tube. Now it is in liquid refrigerant. So this liquid refrigerant again flows into the evaporator. This capillary tube allows only the measured quantity of liquid refrigerant to the evaporator. Again the same process repeats. This cycle is repeated again and again. This liquid refrigerant is low pressure. This converts into low pressure. So here the low pressure liquid refrigerant converts it into vapor. Again it goes through the suction line, then it's compressed. The same process is repeated. So these are all the steps. So now the low pressure low refrigerant vapor, here the refrigerant usually uses R12 is drawn through suction line to the compressor. Here the accumulator just collects the liquid refrigerant coming out of evaporator due to the incomplete evaporation, and it prevents it from entering the compressor. The compressor compresses this vapor to high pressure and high temperature. Here this compressed vapor flows into condenser through the discharge line. Next, in the condenser, vapor refrigerant high temperature and pressure is condensed to liquid refrigerant at high pressure and low temperature. These high pressure liquid refrigerant flows through the filter and enters the capillary tube. This capillary tube is the expansion device. Now this warm refrigerant passes through the capillary tube, gives some of its heat to the suction line vapor. So this increases the superheat of the vapor entering the compressor also. So the capillary tube has two advantages. One is it increases the superheat of vapor entering to the compressor, as well as it also allows a measured quantity of liquid refrigerant to the evaporator. In the evaporator, again liquid refrigerant is evaporated by absorbing heat. The same cycle is repeated. Thank you.